Proxima Centauri, the closest star to our solar system, has always been a big focus for scientists. This small red star, spotted back in 1915 by Robert and Ennis, is part of the Alpha Centauri group, along with Alpha Centauri A and B. Even though it's pretty close at about 4.24 light-years, you can't see it without a telescope because it's not very bright. Still, Proxima Centauri is super interesting, mostly because of Proxima b, a planet that goes around it. Proxima b is in the star's habitable zone, where it might have liquid water. Red dwarfs like Proxima Centauri are tinier and cooler than our Sun and last way longer. They don't give off much light, so you have to be closer to them to be in the habitable zone. For Proxima, that distance is just 0.05 astronomical units, way closer than Earth is to the Sun. Because it's so close, Proxima b gets hit with a lot of flares and radiation, so its atmosphere is probably a lot different from ours. When we found Proxima b, it was a huge deal for finding planets outside our solar system. Scientists found it by noticing tiny shakes in Proxima Centauri's movement caused by the planet's gravity. These little shifts let them guess how big the planet was and how long it took to go around the star. In 2016, the European Southern Observatory said, "Yep, Proxima b is real." It was a big step in looking for places where life could be. Even though we've learned a lot about Proxima b, it's hard to get a good look. The air messes with telescopes, and there's light pollution. So, most of what we know, like how big it is and how it moves, is based on educated guesses. To really get to know Proxima b and see if life could be there, we need better tools like the James Webb Space Telescope JWST. Proxima Centauri is like a doorway for studying other star systems. Since it's the closest, it's a great chance to check out what it takes for life to exist. Proxima b is especially interesting because it's about the size of Earth and might have liquid water. But all the crazy stuff happening on that planet makes it a mystery. The James Webb Space Telescope isn't just another telescope, it's a game changer. It's made to do what the Hubble Space Telescope couldn't and learn even more. Hubble could only see visible and ultraviolet light, but JWST can see infrared light, which lets it see through dust clouds and spot things Hubble missed. One of the coolest things about JWST is its giant mirror, which is over twice as big as Hubble's. It's covered in gold to help it see infrared light better. The sunshield keeps the instrument super cold, around -233 degrees Celsius, so they can pick up faint infrared signals. Unlike Hubble, which orbits Earth, JWST is way out in space at a spot called L2, about 1.5 million kilometers away. This spot keeps it away from Earth's heat and light, so it can always see clearly. JWST can check out everything from the first galaxies to the air around planets like Proxima b. Its ability to see infrared light is key because it lets scientists study things that are far away and have stretched light. JWST isn't just about taking pictures, it's set up to answer some big questions about how galaxies form, how stars change, and what it takes for life to be somewhere. With its fancy instruments like the Near-Infrared Camera, NIRCam, and the Mid-Infrared Instrument, MIRI, JWST is like a time machine, a moving lab, and proof of how clever we can be. Proxima b has grabbed a lot of people's attention because it might be another Earth. It's in the right spot to have liquid water, which is important for life as we understand it. It's about 1.17 times the mass of Earth, so it's probably rocky like our planet. And since it's pretty close, just over 4 light-years, it's a great place to study the possibility of life outside our solar system. But Proxima b isn't exactly like Earth. One side always faces the star, and the other is always dark. This means one side is super hot, and the other is super cold. The area between them might have a temperature that's just right for water and life. The problem is that Proxima Centauri throws out a lot of flares and radiation. These could wipe away Proxima b's atmosphere, making it hard for life to survive. To keep its atmosphere, Proxima b would need a strong magnetic field to block the radiation. Still, life might be able to find a way. There could be liquid water underground where it's safer. This is like some of the creatures on Earth that live in crazy places like deep-sea vents or radioactive areas. If there's life on Proxima b, it might have ways to deal with radiation, live underground, or use a different kind of chemistry. Looking at Proxima b isn't just about science, it's about asking if we're alone in the universe. This Earth-sized planet in the habitable zone of our closest star is a good place to start looking for an answer. As technology gets better, we'll be able to find and study signals from these distant worlds. Even though Proxima b is exciting, it's really affected by its star, Proxima Centauri. Red dwarfs are smaller and cooler than the Sun, but they're also much more active. So, the habitable zone is super close to the star, meaning the planet is always getting blasted with radiation. These flares send out a ton of energy that could strip away Proxima b's atmosphere. And even if it has an atmosphere, the radiation might stop complex molecules from forming, which could make it hard for life to start or survive. But, on Earth, we have creatures that can handle a lot of radiation. If there's life on Proxima b, it might have similar tricks or even better ones. The dark side of the planet could also be a shield from radiation, and underground caves could be safe places to live. All of this makes Proxima b a great place to test our ideas about what makes a place livable. By studying it, we can learn more about how life can survive in tough conditions. And because it's close to Earth, we can keep an eye on it with telescopes like JWST. Whether Proxima b is livable or has life is still a question. But finding it has taught us a lot about the universe. It's just one of many planets that might have life. The James Webb Space Telescope is ready to help us learn even more by studying the air around these planets. JWST can spot gases like water, methane, and carbon dioxide, which could point to life. While Proxima b gets a lot of attention, there are other interesting planets out there orbiting stars like our Sun. With each planet we find in the habitable zone, it seems more likely that life is common in the universe. But it's complicated. There are a lot of things that make a planet just right for life, like the air, the star, and what's happening on the planet itself. As we get better at exploring space, we'll be able to see these planets up close and learn how life can survive in all sorts of places. These trips will help us figure out how to study Earth-like planets like Proxima b. In the end, searching for life beyond Earth will change how we see ourselves. Proxima b might not be a perfect copy of Earth, but it shows that livable places can be out there. We need to keep exploring and learning. In the coming years, we might find life on Proxima b or another Earth-like planet. Each step will bring us closer to answering one of the biggest questions ever. Proxima b has caught the eye of scientists and the public as a possible second Earth. Because it's in the star's habitable zone, it might have liquid water, which is important for life. It's about 1.17 times the size of Earth, so it's probably a rocky world like ours. And because it's just over 4 light-years away, it's a great place to look for life outside our solar system. Still, Proxima b isn't exactly like Earth. One side always faces the star, while the other is always dark. This makes the temperatures on each side very different. The area between the day and night sides might have a mild climate where life could live. This middle ground might have water and be able to support life. But Proxima b has some big environmental issues. Proxima Centauri is known for its strong flares, which send out X-rays and ultraviolet light. These flares could slowly destroy the planet's air, leaving the surface open to space weather. To keep its air, Proxima b would need a strong magnetic field to protect it from the radiation. Without that, the surface wouldn't be a good place for life. However, life might still be able to live there. Proxima b's location in the habitable zone means there could be liquid water, maybe underground, where things are safer. This is like the tough organisms on Earth that live in extreme places, like deep-sea vents or radioactive areas. If there's life on Proxima b, it might have similar ways to survive, like being able to handle radiation, living underground, or having different ways of using chemicals. Studying Proxima b is more than just a scientific thing. It's a question we all want the answer to: are we alone? This planet, which is about the same size as Earth and in the safe zone around our closest star, makes that question even more interesting. As technology gets better, we're getting better at finding, testing, and understanding signals from far-off worlds. Even though Proxima b is cool, its environment depends a lot on its star. Proxima Centauri is a red dwarf, which means it's smaller and cooler than the Sun. Because of this, its habitable zone is really close. This makes the planet get hit with flares all the time. These flares are stronger and happen way more often than the Sun's flares. They send out high-energy particles that attack Proxima b. Without a strong magnetic field, the planet could lose its air over and making it open to radiation. Even if it has air, the strong ultraviolet light might stop complex chemicals from forming, which would make it hard for life to start or grow. Earth has some organisms that can handle high radiation. One example is Deinococcus radiodurans, which can fix its DNA even after a lot of damage. If life exists on Proxima b, it might have ways to deal with radiation. The fact that one side of the planet is always dark could also help protect it. The dark side could act as a shield from radiation, and underground places like caves could give extra protection. All of these extras make Proxima b a fantastic place to test ideas about life in space. Studying its environment could change what we think it takes for a place to be livable. It gives us a good place to test ideas about how life can last in tough conditions. Because it's close to Earth, we can keep watching it with telescopes like JWST and others that are being made. Is it natural, or is it something else? The question of whether Proxima b is livable or has life is still up in the air. But finding it has already taught us a lot about space. It's just one of many planets outside our solar system that might be able to support life. The James Webb Space Telescope is ready to help us learn even more by finding and studying the air around these planets. JWST can find specific gases in the air, like water vapor, methane, and carbon dioxide, which might mean there's life. Watching these chemicals will be important for seeing if a planet could have life or already does. Proxima b gets a lot of attention because it's close and could be livable. Other planets orbiting stars like our Sun have outstanding chances to learn more from them too. Every time we find a planet in its star's habitable zone, it shows that the universe might be full of life. These discoveries show how complicated it is to figure out what makes a planet livable. The air, the star's activity, the planet's geology, and so much more. As we get better at exploring space, we'll be able to study the surfaces and climates of planets. Future missions might be like the Mars rovers or explore icy moons. These missions will show us how life might survive in very different places. They'll also help us figure out how to study Earth-like planets like Proxima b. The search for life outside Earth could change how we see ourselves. Proxima b might not be exactly like Earth, but it shows that livable places are out there. It's important that we keep discovering and getting better at technology. As we reach further into space, the next few decades might bring big changes in how we understand life and the universe. Whether we find tiny life on Proxima b or a planet that's more like Earth somewhere else, each step brings us closer to answering one of the biggest questions there is. The one story of exploring far-off stars and planets is becoming one of the most exciting things we're doing.